Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm only doing this video because I came up with a cool thumbnail and I want to use it. I want to share. So you've already seen it, so I don't need to tell it to you. I might be tweaking it anyway. So it's been a while since I've dealt with Mormon apologists. I was banned from farms because I defended Joseph Smith. Oh yeah, John Tvetness was giving a lecture at BYU about other documents supporting the Pearl of Great Price, or the Book of Abraham, I think it was specifically. And so I raised my hand at the end in the question and answer period, and I said the King Follett Discourse that Joseph Smith retranslated the Hebrew text of the Bible seems to suggest that a correct translation of the Bible would also support Joseph Smith's Book of Abraham. The overflow audience in another room with a camera set up all were, and then John chuckles. Oh, you're referring to the King Follett Discourse. So are you saying Joseph Smith is not correct, like you did on the phone? I didn't mention that part. I never said that. Yes you did. If I had some kind of a recording device at the time, I would have recorded it and would have played it. You said Joseph Smith was wrong over the phone. And so after that incident, John Peterson sent me a personal letter telling me to stay away from farms. Daniel Peterson. Did I say Daniel Peterson? So let's see what they're up to lately. What do they call themselves? I know they can't call themselves Fair Mormon because Jesus was angry with them. Fair shotguns? What the hell? Okay, so they're not going by FAIR anymore? Oh, wait, no, there is FAIR.org. FAIR is a national progressive media watchdog group. Not the FAIR I'm thinking of. Are they gone? Yay! The church is free. Mormons are free at last. Mormon apologists. Fair Latter-day Saints. Of course. But that also was not approved. It's the Church of Jesus Christ. Alright, so let's enter into demonic territory to boldly go where no ex-Mormon dares to go. What is Mormon apologetics? I've been defining it for you guys for years. It's the defense of the church using fallacy arguments rather than logic and utilizing science. Why do Mormon apologetics? Exactly, why do they? What are the risks in participating? Well, you turn to the dark side of the force. You lead people astray. You destroy Mormonism. You expose the church as frauds, contributing to the videos of all of us who criticize you Case in point, John Welch is the founder of Mormon apologetics. He was the one who discovered that the Book of Mormon plagiarized the late war. What? No, he was all about Hebrew chiasmus in the Book of Mormon. The late war has Hebrew chiasmus in it. That's the whole point. He exposed that the Book of Mormon was plagiarized, more than just the 1769 King James Version of the Bible. And he should have known better if he had read his Book of Mormon. Which language is the Book of Mormon written in? Give you a hint, not Hebrew. That should have been your first clue, John. You blew it. But thank you. Thank you for helping us realize the truth. Daniel Peterson, I don't recall him doing anything. Joe Sampson, faithful Mormon, studied Jewish mysticism and found that the Book of Mormon contains Jewish mysticism. Exciting, huh? Book of Mormon's true, right? Oops. Joe Sampson is the missing link to tie in Joseph Smith Sr.'s New Israelites in Vermont with the rewriting of the 116 pages. Thank you, Joe. Who else? There's all those map guys. Oh, the Book of Mormon geography is here. No, it's here. No, it's here. No, it's here, here. Well, the correct answer is yes, right there in western New York, where the whatever indigenous people are, not indigenous. Oh, shame on me for saying indigenous. Natural. I can't think of the word. Native. The original natives in that area that just up and disappeared. Yeah, that's them. And what does that do? Oh, Solomon Spaulding. He specifically went to that area, mapped it all out for his book that never got published, that was picked up in the Pittsburgh Press by Sidney Rigdon. Ta-da! So, yeah, oops. So, apologists are great for destroying what they're trying to defend because they use anti-science and fallacy, and it destroys the church. So, yeah, keep going, guys. You're doing great. I still laugh over Kwaku. He did a video before he became an official apologist. He was knighted an apologist. He did a video talking about how the Book of Mormon is true and had the categorized listing that he got from apologetic teachings. And the final one was the Book of Mormon is true because it plagiarizes other books. It was a consistent, or I can't remember the word he used for the category, but it was just hilarious. I literally busted up laughing. It would have been one of those moments if I had been drinking something, it would have been all over the place. I couldn't believe it. Hilarious. I gave him the key of translator, and he threw it away. Dear God, what does it take, Kwaku? And so, yeah. What else we got here? Do Mormon apologists tell members how scientists continue to get it wrong? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I hear it from Mormon after Mormon who has been indoctrinated by apologists. Oh, yeah, we just need to wait until science finally gets it right. They keep changing. Yeah, scientists are getting it wrong. That's what Mormons are saying. How does the church view Mormon apologists? Oaks came out with a scathing condemnation of them. Now, we don't need their kind. They still exist. That just went right over their heads. We're going to continue to defend the church. He's not talking about us. Let's see, are Mormon apologists isolated from other members because of differences in their beliefs? This is how they work. See, they purposely are, from the thumbnail that I have yet to make, they are purposely within Mormonism, implanting Mormons with indoctrination of anti-science and fallacy to spread throughout the church, and it's worked. Many Mormons watch their channels and watch their information and have been doing so for decades, going to the lectures. Like I said, the one lecture was an overflow. People want to know what the church isn't telling us. And so they hope Mormon apologists will tell us what the church is not telling us, rather than going to science and logic argument to find the answers for ourselves. But nobody's listening to me. And so, no, they are not isolated from other Mormons. They have infiltrated Mormonism and are putting their beliefs into the minds of Mormons. It is very dangerous and deadly, but I approve because it's going to destroy the church. It's already caused a mass exodus of, with the church coming out and saying we're no longer going to record our membership stats. That's a pretty good clue that another mass exodus has occurred since the previous one in 2012 when it was reported. Yeah. So, yeah, this is what Mormon apologists do. They are literal Korah whores, pulling Mormons away from true Mormonism, thinking they're defending the church. These guys are really awful evil. Do Latter-day Saint apologists... Wait a minute. You kept Mormon, and now it's Latter-day Saint. Do Latter-day Saint apologists receive compensation for their efforts? Yes, they publish and sell. They give lectures. They get paid. Dear God, they work at BYU. So yes, they do get compensation. And I'm willing to bet, because Kwaku always put it on his YouTube channel, donate. Get involved. Most likely that's where it is. Part of the get involved part. Should we check it? Will you allow me back in? Where I am? Yeah, there it is. There it is. Donate. FAIR is a non-profit. They receive compensation for their efforts. Generous donations. You notice how they put generous? They never put your meager donations. It's generous. That's what's referred to as a psychological trick of the power of suggestion. When you throw in those kinds of words, they go, oh, generous, oh yeah, you gotta give generously. It's supposed to brainwash you into doing some hypnotic payment to them. Sustaining membership. Oh, you become a part of your church. The Church of Fair. When you become a sustaining member of Fair. Holy crap! They've literally turned themselves into idol worship. Holy crap. Receive conference and bookstore discounts. Receives compensation for their efforts. I had accused the other day of profiting off of shaming the church. I am not part of the partner program. I refuse to be a part of that. This is a full-on rescue operation to save Mormon lives and correct the brainwashing that the church has done to ex-Mormons. But, dear God. Oh, you can become a volunteer to pass out Kool-Aid. Yay! I want to pass out Kool-Aid. Oh, that's already full. How about you take out the trash? Oh man, I lost it. Where is it? Oh, no. No. Alrighty. Where were we? How does Fair Mormon now? Seems like they haven't been updating the website for a while. Respond to criticism with the fallacy of ad hominem. Everybody knows this. Ad hominem is when you attack a person's character rather than discussing the issue. Joseph Smith used a rock and a hat. Well, you suck! Sidney Rigdon was the major author of the Book of Mormon. You Cora whore! You're trying to destroy the church! Oh, there's just those jokes that are only hilarious within Mormonism. Because I've got more lined up. Isn't the learning of the Jews a different kind of Christ? You Antichrist! But yeah, the majority of my hate comments from Mormons involve those ad hominems. That's how Fair Mormon has incited Mormons to attack, just like President Nelson that I did in another video today. Because he said that it has to be the name Jesus Christ, not Mormon, not Latter-day Saint, you know, Jesus. And Jesus is angry. And so Mormons took that and are now acting angry like their God is said to be angry. Nelson incited Mormons to hate, when all it was a money thing to protect the internet from finding out about my website, to shut it down, and have all those hilarious pictures that I was making disappear from search engines. Oh, God. What are some common ways that critics attempt to dismiss the work of Fair Mormon? Science, logic, truth, evidence. And they're using critics and criticism in the negative definition. That's an added definition. Criticism is not evil. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You're supposed to be critical. You're supposed to be discussing and challenging theories to make sure that they're sound. Because if you just allow anybody to say anything, then people will get deceived eventually if people are dishonest. And as mankind is evil, as says Metallica, I am evil, I am man. Yeah, you can't trust people, and so there needs to be a method for people to critique what other people tell us. And thus the scriptures likewise tell us how to criticize people. By their fruits you shall know them. False prophets, specifically in that passage. But that's a vegetation scientific process for critiquing other people's words. They refuse to acknowledge that because they're using fallacy to defend the church. We're not going to see what their answers are. Let's see, they've got a blog, media and apps, conference. I want to get to what you guys discuss. Archives. Fair papers, fair journal, fair conference proceedings, reviews, brochures. Oh, they love to talk about peer review. Has your work been peer reviewed? What they mean was, buy fair. So that it can have a biased attack on it. And so fair peer reviews themselves. Oh, yes, your paper is brilliant. Wow, that's awesome. You're so cool. You're a rock. So don't be fooled when people talk about peer reviews. It's all a fraud within the field specific to keep the status quo and suppress any paradigm breakthroughs that science is supposed to achieve over time. You know, you're not going to discover and invent things if you've got the field telling you you can't do so. So thus Mozart was a horrible Korahor antichrist because he wasn't playing the proper notes on the piano. Oh my God. So how do we get on various topics? Publications by title. A Black Man in Zion. So you're still trying to justify Brigham Young, huh? Marcus Martins. Reflections on Race in the Restored Gospel. Yeah, well, it ceased to be restored with the murder of Joseph Smith. Because everything that was restored was done away with in the apostasy period. And we're still in it because we're still under condemnation concerning the Book of Mormon. A brief review of Murphy and Southerton's Galileo event. Talk about your space doctrine. So this is a distraction technique. And what it does for Mormons is to take Mormons down a rabbit hole away from the issues against the church, but in so doing, they create more problems against the church. Oopsies! Oh, the church does that? I mean, no, they don't. Never mind, I take that back. Nope, too late. You already said it. Oh, chiasmus in the Book of Mormon, huh? Good job. Thank you. Late war, huh? Great. Oh, look, there's a website dedicated to the parallel columns of what the Book of Mormon has from the late war. Huh. He doesn't reference them, providing us a key code. But nonetheless, well done. Case study in deception. You're actually teaching Mormons how to deceive, huh? Way to go, Jim Robertson of Concerned Christians, Inc. So you're bringing in outsiders to support Mormonism? A change of venue. Joseph Smith's escape from Liberty Jail. See, again, that's the distraction. What happened in the church while Joseph Smith was in Liberty Jail? See, again, another thing that gets exposed because the apologists take us down a rabbit hole. Because, you ever hear about Thomas B. Marsh? Why was he excommunicated? And who excommunicated him? And when was he excommunicated? Wait, Joseph Smith was still in Liberty Jail, so Joseph didn't excommunicate him. So who excommunicated him? And are we sure it was for his wife's honor? Oopsies! See, this is why apologetics are great for destroying the church. Adam in ancient texts and the Restoration, it's a Hebrew word. The ancient texts are not going to have Adam, the Hebrew word. And again, this is what I picked up from Egyptologists who fell for the apologetic traps. Is that Egyptologists claim that in the Book of Abraham, they cannot find the name Abraham anywhere in the Egyptian text. The Hebrew name Abraham anywhere in the Egyptian text. Do I need to keep repeating that for you until you catch it? It's like the book of Jesus in the Old Testament. Scientists can't find the archaeological evidence to support anything in that book. They've tried and tried, but the book of Jesus appears to be a work of fiction. Wait for it. Wait for it. You didn't know there was a book of Jesus in the Old Testament, did you? It's right after the Torah. Adding up the Book of Mormon peoples. Because it's literally history. This is what happens when you have an incorrect starting belief. You have to keep supporting your belief with fallacy arguments. before you even try to number the literal history population, you need to find out if it's actual literal history or not. And like I said, Sidney Rigdon's the major author of the Book of Mormon. As Solomon Spaulding did his book using from that location to describe the scenarios. A few hundred hints of Egyptian and Northwest Semitic in Udo-Aztecan. Okay, so do you understand that the belief that the Book of Mormon people came from Central America and in that region is from the Church of, or Community of Christ, formerly known as the Reorganized Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? This is why it's hilarious with geography people. And this is also another fallacy argument. Well, there's hints of Egyptian and Northwest Semitic in this part of the world, therefore the Book of Mormon is true. Well, it's a fallacy. That doesn't lead to the conclusion that the Book of Mormon is true. But they love to use this kind of argument. They did it with Alma. Oh, we found a document that has Alma as a male name. See, the Book of Mormon is true. We found a document during the Ptolemaic period in which it has Abraham being sacrificed on an altar. Book of Abraham is true. Oh, there's John Tvetnes himself. Agency versus predestination. Oh, good, John. Stay away from Hebrew. You suck at it. And he's dead now. I can't tell him to his face anymore. I never did get around to that video for you. Joseph Smith Miscellany and Richard Bushman. They look at Barry Bickmore's book from a non-LDS perspective. A message of friendship. Muslims and Latter-day Saints. Oh, we're so jealous. You get 32 virgins when you sacrifice your life for your religion. Oh, I wish we could get 72 virgins if I sacrificed my life for the church. We're the same otherwise. Yeah, we love to cover our women just like you guys do. We think that the male belongs at the head of the household to tell his wife what to do. Just like you. Yep, not without my daughter. Allison, watch that movie. Not without my daughter, Allison. I don't think she ever watches any of my channels, but I did get a seemingly indirect communication with her through in my videos when I talked about her before. So if those people are still watching, you know who I'm talking about. Allison. Not without my daughter. We're on the internet. Let's get you the full. Not without my daughter. Sally Field is Betty Mamo. ... Sheila Rosenthal is Matab Ma. ... Alfred Molina is Moody Ma. ... Moni Ray Meh Bozorg. Roshan Seth is Hossein, and Raheli Halmain is Zorah. Not Without My Daughter. Wikipedia. Is a 1991 American drama film based on the book of the same name, depicting the escape of American citizen Betty Mahmoudi and her daughter from her abusive husband in Iran. The film was shot in the United States, Turkey, and Israel, and the main characters, Betty Mahmoudi and Syed Bozorg Mahmoudi, are played by Sally Field and Alfred Molina, respectively. Sheila Rosenthal and Roshan Seth star as Mohtab Mahmoudi and Hussein the Smuggler, respectively. So, get word to Allison, watch that movie. I hope she didn't go through with anything yet. So, and then we'll finish off this video with an incident concerning page 81 of Mormonism, Shadow or Reality. It's packed, buried somewhere in my bedroom. So now I have to click on it to find out what was on page. Page not found, error 404. I got it pulled down. Yes. Page 81, Mormonism, Shadow or Reality. Now I got to know what that page is that got them to shut that thing down. Mormonism, Shadow or Reality, page 81. I don't think you've got a PDF version yet. That would be awesome if you do. An incident, that's the one, okay. Digital book. Yeah, you're making me pay for it. I already have the book. It's just buried in a box somewhere in my bedroom. Open library. The 1964 edition? Let down. Johnny Be Good. It's something you have to borrow from the Internet Archive. Archive. Oh, 1938. That's when he was born. Oh, please. Don't know. Log in and borrow. Oh, man. And if I scrolled across the preview, come on, guys. This is where archive.org went wrong. They became a business rather than a place for free access to publications. Yeah, I want to know, guys. So, yeah, I'm not going to find out. Bummer. Frustrating. So, alrighty. Yeah, I hope that helps you guys, both Mormon and ex-Mormon. You may think you're doing good, Mormons, but you're destroying the church from within. That's what infiltration does. They infiltrate, present misinformation and disinformation, cause it to become popular, and pretty soon it's exposed and destroys the church. That's how Joseph Smith was taken over. They kept pushing Jesus rather than the true Mormon God after the learning of the Jews.